Button. She's one of the biggest. Should weigh 70 something pounds. Oh, close to 70.
Hey, Button. Somebody's trying to eat my boot.
You can guess who that is.
Daisy.
Daisy. Oh, Daisy. Daisy, cut it out. Hey, cut it out. Gotta get her attention.
You don't want to get kneed in the belly. Go on.
Also don't want to get your ear cut. Okay, so and this is what before and after looks like. So it's goat weighing day, which means time to catch all the goats and hang them in this, and then time to show them what our weighing system looks like. It's making things a little bit easier. Just hold on to her. Just hold on to her. And I'll just grab it.
Yeah, stay out of it.
Hey, you guys are all really loving me because you're not the one getting strapped in. When it's your turn, you never are quite as friendly, are you? Except for you, Daisy. Alright. Over here. Okay. Tighten it up just a little bit. Alright.
She's doing a weird thing with her lip. Is she heavy?
Not too heavy. I'm gonna say 67 pounds. Anybody else want to guess?
68.
Oh, no, 63.2. 63.2.
Hey, Curly.
All right, now, next is trimming hooves. So, let's see what, can you guys come keep some of these other goats off of me while I trim their hooves? All right.
Hey, Rob, don't hey, quit that.
All right, so, in the midst of all this ruckus, I don't know if you can see, but these hooves are overgrown.
You get that side, I'll get this
and they'll start to trap
side.
gunk up in there, especially if it's wet. So let's see if we can cut some of this back and get to some nice clean growth and try and make it even. All while being licked by the dog.
Go away, Flora.
And I am still completely new at this, so I am probably taking off less than I should, but I am worried about going too far. As I mentioned, I am brand new at this. This is literally the first hoof that I've ever trimmed. So if you're watching this video because you're looking for some kind of instructional video on how to trim hooves, you're in the wrong place. Go find somebody that's an instructor, have them come out to your place, teach you how to do it, watch videos of others who have been doing this for a long time and know the proper technique, and don't use what I am doing here as the method or the way or the proper or correct way to do it. Maybe 10 years from now I'll shoot another video and it'll be based on everything that I've learned over the last 10 years or however long I've been doing it. But if you follow along with what I'm doing here and you mess something up, just know that I warned you. That is kind of piling up in there. And see, some of this I'm not even exactly sure what to do with. I need to go back and watch a couple more videos, or I don't know, maybe have somebody come out here that knows a little bit better what they're doing, but I'm afraid to just keep cutting on that right there. And when I'm doing this, I should not smell anything super rancid, because that would generally mean that there's some kind of infection. So
Coco.
I would like to go a little bit further than that, but like I said, I'm nervous about doing that, and I don't want to end up in a spot where I've got them bleeding out here. But no, they have not been tender. You know, you can kind of poke down in there. None of them are showing any kind of tenderness or anything, so that's good. I should be keeping my mouth closed while I'm doing this because I don't want poopy fingered toenails within me. Anyways, that's about how far we'll go, just a little bit further here. That's about how far we're going right now. Like I said, probably should go a little bit further. I don't know. We'll keep going with all these and we'll try and get them all done today. But if we don't, then we're keeping tabs on weights, eye color, and hooves, and we'll do. So here you go. Here's the difference between the two. So hopefully none of them are limping or lame or anything like that, but hopefully this will keep them really nice and mobile. Anyways, thanks. This is Button. She's one of the biggest. Should weigh 70 something pounds. Oh, close to 70.
Hey, Button.
70.3. All right, let's check eye color. Not as good as I would like. We'll say 3 on eye color. All right, now let's trim some hooves. All right, let's see what we got. Not the worst of the day. Hey, you're gonna have to back on up. Go on. Go on. All right. You are not helping. Somebody's gonna get an ear cut. All right.
You can't eat my button.
Come on. Abby, can you go keep them off, please? So. Those are not too bad. Let's see if I can get a little bit deeper on here. Thank you, Abby. What?
Can I have the goat get away?
No. Abby's doing a good job. Button's doing a good job too. Let's see if we can get this a little bit out from underneath here. Remember to keep my mouth closed. Let's cut a little more of this.
Hey.
For not helping.
Somebody's trying to eat my boot.
You can guess who that is.
Daisy.
Daisy. Oh, Daisy. Daisy, cut it out. Hey, cut it out. Gotta get her attention.
You don't want to get kneed in the belly. Go on.
Also don't want to get your ear cut. Okay, so okay, that's as far as I'm gonna go. And they're pretty flat. And this is what before and after looks like. So I'd really love to clean all that gunk out of there, but it's just gonna get right back in there. But hopefully now that there's no overlap, when they walk around, the grass will brush some of that out. But anyways, that's the difference between the two. Hopefully we can get all of them cleaned up. And like I said, none of them are limping, but this will just be something that'll stop that from happening. Okay, thanks. All right, let's talk just a little bit about recording data on the weights that we have on the goats, what they weigh, how we're tracking that, and what information is valuable to us because of that. So this is my spreadsheet. It's not perfect, but it's what we use. It has the dates that we're weighing them and the weights that we gathered on each one of those days, and then the right hand side over there I have the average weight of the entire group. And then I have a couple of highlighted areas here that are important of note to me, and that is when we started grain, and then I added in when we trimmed hooves here on this one as well. And at the bottom we have the average daily gain. That's what ADG is, total, for each one. So that's from the first day that we weighed them to the last. Here is a highlight of actually the two bucks. If you look at 298 and 614 at the top up there, they both say B beside them. Those are the two bucks, and they have some of the highest average daily gain, which we're not surprised by, 0.21 pounds per day and 0.28 pounds per day. So that's from the very beginning. It has increased as we have as we've added grain in, which we'll talk about when we get into the weekly or the further average daily gains. This is the largest female, not the largest female, but one of the largest females, but the female with the best average daily gain. So she's averaging 0.22 pounds per day. She weighs about 70 pounds. The largest is actually Button, who is 2403 and weighs 70.3 pounds. So both of them are very close in their average daily gain, but Button being a little bit bigger because she started a little bit bigger. This is the average daily gain for the different weighing periods that we have. So if you can see, July 23rd we took our first weights. Of course we don't have any way to calculate average daily gain for that. August 6th, when we took weights, we see that we were losing weight across the board at an average on the right hand side of negative 0.14 pounds per day. So we added in grain on August 6th. That's the day that we added it in. And you can see the following period we ended up at 0.13 pounds per day of daily gain. And we were doing 1/4 pound per day per goat at that time in grain feed. We have since bumped all the way up to 1/2 pound per day. And so on October 12th we got our gains, and they averaged out at 0.28 pounds per day. November 9th we have 0.27 pounds per day. So we believe that we probably should see, if we're feeding 1/2 pound of grain per day to the goats, we should see about 1/4 pound per day. This system hopefully will also allow us to look back and see if we decide to reduce grain, if it has a major impact on their daily gain, or if now that their rumens have kind of gotten used to the way that we're doing things, if we can sustain that kind of growth whenever the spring comes or something. If we can get away with feeding them less grain or no grain whenever we have really good growth and we're seeing similar or very close to these kinds of gains, then we would like to do that, because the grain is an input that if we didn't have to pay it and didn't have to deal with the headaches of keeping it on hand and keeping mice out of it and those kinds of things, it would be super valuable. So if you also look through here and you see some of them, like in row 2 there, which is Hash Brown 614, he has been gaining closer to 0.4 pounds per day. So maybe our biggest wethers, what we'll see in the future once they're born and they're on grain, is we will start to see that we might get 3/4 pound, or not 3/4, but a little less than 1/2 pound, maybe 3/10 to 4/10 pound per day. This right here is just a highlight that there are some that are not good gainers. Even some that came in a little bit bigger that are not good gainers. This doesn't mean that necessarily we'll get rid of them right now, but these are candidates
for culls, because even though we do enjoy spending time with our goats and we enjoy all of our goats, we are trying to do this as a business. So we can't have goats that are not viable to put on the weight for the meat production system that we're trying to run. So we may have to cull some of those in the future and not breed that type of genetics into our future herd. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hopefully this is informative. Give me feedback if you'd like. We take everything into consideration. Have a good one.